Hello, this is Mark with Mark My Words. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy to be here. And let's go over the top news stories of the day. The UK health ambassador in Wales is right here. This is the
And I wish when I was in school, we were, they teach us in Welsh back
what
and back.
the health ambassador? Does anybody even take Europe seriously anymore? Like the UK is completely a joke. France is completely a joke. Italy is trying to make it out, but
Back
the
about
health
really
minister
know how to.
of hot dogs and soda? Like, let me guess. Like, what? There's got to someone had to have made something. Yeah. Oh yeah, we live in a society where homosexual lecture us on morals, transvestite lecture us on human biology, baby killers lecture us on human rights, and socialists lecture us on the economy. Yep. Sounds like the Democrat Party. And here's the health minister.
No.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Ah.
No.
That's brutal. But yeah, so if you guys need any health advice, her name is Athika Ahmed. Ahmed. So go ahead and find her on Twitter. I'm sure she has a handle and get some great health advice. In other news today, Bill and Hillary Clinton, they officially voted to hold Bill and Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress for not showing up to their subpoena.
The ayes are 28, the nays.
Vote, the committee hereby favorably reports and adopts this report recommending that the House of Representatives find Hillary R. Clinton in contempt of Congress for refusal to comply with a subpoena duly issued by this committee. We will move the report to the full House.
Now,
without objection, the motion.
How many of us have been waiting for this for how many years? This is about the Epstein files. They subpoenaed Bill Clinton and Hillary to testify about it and the people that they were in contact with, and they refused. So my hopes are up, but to be honest, I really doubt something is going to happen. The swamp is too deep. They've already, how many, like 80 people have been mysteriously murdered around them, well, suicided. So like the Hillary crime family is a little too deep. I really hope something happens. They deserve to be rotten out of the jail already, but at least it's some good news where Congress is attempting to do something about them. But do I think something's going to happen? In all honesty, probably not. But at least the motion's there. That's the problem these days. All these Republicans, all these charges, all this fraud, and yet nobody's in handcuffs, nobody's going to jail yet. I'm just starting to think that it's all just a show. This is all just a movie, and we're living in it. Anyway, in other words, Trump is in Davos today, in Davos, Switzerland, giving out speeches and trying to make a deal for Greenland. Democrats are protesting, but even the security chief of NATO being supportive of the idea because of security.
Russia are increasingly active in the Arctic. There are 8 countries bordering on the Arctic. 7 are a member of NATO. That's Finland and Sweden and Norway and Denmark, Iceland, Canada and the US. And there's only one country bordering on the Arctic outside NATO, and that's Russia. And I would argue there is a 9th country, which is China, which is increasingly active in the Arctic region. So President Trump and
they're both pretty far ahead of us in the Arctic game. They have bases up there, plenty of ports, and you know how important that is if any kind of conflict arises. Whoever has the ports and access to military hardware transportation wins the war.
Right, we have to do more there. We have to protect the Arctic against Russian and Chinese influence. And that's exactly what NATO ambassadors decided to do in September. We are working on that.
Yes, and who can do that? Only America. Canada can't protect itself. NATO can't protect itself. So all this gobbledygook they be saying that we're going to intervene militarily, these people don't have the ability to defend themselves. I'm pretty sure like Nicaragua come take over Canada if they really wanted to. It's really a joke. The Canadians up north, they sure got a lot to say, but when it comes to doing something, yeah, typical liberals though. Yeah, typical liberals. Here you go. Here's Trump himself today.
For national and international security and to keep our very energetic and dangerous potential enemies at bay is this land on which we're going to build the greatest golden dome ever built. We're building a golden dome.
Right, we're making America safe. The whole golden dome over America, Canada, and Greenland, where early rocket defense systems, we can we can shoot things down over Greenland or over the ocean instead of shooting them down over North America. So this is imperative for our national security and for the future of our country. People fail to realize that. And the whole world, you've seen how they were today. They respect Trump. And you got Gavin Newsom over here grilling the leaders of Europe for not standing up to Donald Trump.
I mean, handing
This joke that has destroyed California. We'll play his state here in a little bit. I want to bring attention to this guy since this is the primary candidate for the Democrats for president in 2028. Let's see what he's done for his state. These guys are all just a lot of talk, and they've destroyed their states. They've robbed us for millions of dollars. Like, I guarantee he's getting kickbacks from all the illegal fraud and all the daycares and all the fake healthcare centers and the autism clinics in California. Why do you think he's so rich?
out crowns and handing, I mean, this is pathetic. Nobel Prizes that are being given away. I mean, it's just pathetic.
Europeans
Yeah,
think this is diplomacy.
he's jealous. It's pathetic. He's jealous.
This is diplomacy with Donald Trump. He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you. One or the other.
And
I
Europe's
mean,
being
people
devoured?
need to stand, but no, the Europeans could be if they continue down this path and process. They
Yeah.
need to stand tall, stand firm.
Stand tall like the bums in California, like the homeless shitting on the streets of California. Stand real tall. Go ahead with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegals sucking up your tax dollars. Stand tall. He's going to raise your taxes and give him more. Stand tall.
United.
Stand tall.
Tonight's Red Hot video, Gavin Newsom at the World Economic Forum in Davos, once again embarrassing himself, begging world leaders to step in and stand up to President Trump.
Yeah, nobody's doing that because people are afraid of Trump, and America is respected around the world again. It's not like sleepy Joe Biden, Otto Pence sleeping in the back room shitting himself. Trump's out here making deals, and the whole world respects it. So for all those people saying, "Oh, Trump this, Trump," no, Trump is very respected. Feared. That's actually a better word. Feared. And I'd rather be feared than respected. In a situation where power is key in this world. So Democrats have been saying that most of these people that are being arrested have no criminal background. They have no right to arrest them. They have rights. And we fail to remember that
Obama's ICE
was the
chief gets an
chief
award for 920,000 removals. Trump's ICE chief is called a Nazi. Same guy, Tom Homan, was in charge of it for Obama. Obama deported in 2012 409,000 people.
So doesn't that show you that this is all just like paid protesters, paid opposition? The Democratic Party is a party of fraud. Like if you sit here and you logically start to take this stuff apart and look at what they're fighting, and you look at the past history, how a few years ago they were praising Obama and all the deportations, and they were saying, and it was such a big Democratic running point that Obama secured the border and deported these illegals, and that there was a path to citizenship. And now that Trump's in office, oh my God, Nazis, terrorists, Gestapo, end of the world, the martial law, dictator. And then he takes out a dictator, and they're like, free Maduro, free Maduro. Like it's just turning into a comedy at this point.
Trump and
if anybody can take the Democratic Party serious, like I really want to know like what oblivion to live in. Like this is wild. You got to be on some fairy tale unicorn stuff to be believing.
2025. 290. Wow. You got to do the math. It's so frustrating because, like you said, they've taken such an anti-Trump administration position that no matter what he does, even if it is in the name of good intentions, the problem.
Trump can cure cancer, and they'll protest tomorrow, bring cancer back. So that we know. Here's FBI arrests under Trump. 2025, 67,000. 2024 under Biden, 22,500. So the FBI is doing their work. They're getting their criminals. And also, we just mentioned that not everybody, the Democrats are saying that these illegals being arrested aren't criminals. I just wanted to bring up a few things to your attention about these criminals. Let me see, is this it? Right here.
People, vicious, many of them murderers.
Yep.
These are all
rapists.
Out of Minnesota, just Minnesota. I say, why don't you talk about that more?
Gangbangers.
Because people don't know. Do you want to live with these people?
This is what the Democrats are fighting for. That's what they're replacing you with. Yep. They're replacing all of you guys because all the citizens are waking up. Citizens are waking up and they're losing voters. So where do they get more?
They're apprehended.
Import
And
them from the third world.
Jails in their country from where they came, and the countries respect us, and so they actually put them there.
Yep.
In the old days, they didn't respect our country. Biden wouldn't do this.
So they're arresting some bad hombres, some bad guys.
They can look like me, you, her, him. If you're legal or illegal, you'll get deported.
a European country right
Then
now.
why aren't you
and
doing
you
it
wouldn't
to
get me.
Canadians?
Yeah.
Oh, look at all these Canadians getting deported for all sorts of horrendous things. We don't want Canadians in here that are breaking the law either. It makes no difference. White, black, pink, red. It's either you're American or you're an illegal. You could be a black American, a Chinese American, a white American. I'm a European. I was the first citizen of my whole bloodline. First citizen of America.
My mother.
So we're immigrants too, and we got no problem with immigration, but legal immigration. There's a path to citizenship. There's a path to get here legally. And all of us sitting here like, hey man, we did it right. We put back in this country. All the money that we get, we put back into the economy. And then you look at all these people coming over here to scam nowadays. It's just America has become like the scamming ground, the feeding ground for leeches and people that don't want to work and that don't want to do anything, just want to sit home and just be unhappy about everything and go protest this and protest that. Like, and mental health institutions need to open back. We are having a huge mental health problem here in America that nobody is addressing. Half of these protesters, half of these crazy white ladies running around chasing ice around would be in mental institutions, indoctrinated. So,
German.
you know, it is what it is with, oh, here's another, I saw this earlier today. This illegal that should not have even been on the streets. He got released in 2021, killed 3 people in Florida. Another great person, the Democrats are trying to protect and make sure stays in this country. So if that's the kind of people you want as your neighbor, then feel free. Look at these crazy protesters. They went into a Minneapolis church.
People who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life. Nice.
People like this need to be in a mental institution, locked away with the keys thrown far, far, far away, because this is far from normal. People are at church. People are worshiping
doing
God.
Absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come.
The illegal Somalian Latinos and whatever you're claiming are not our brothers and sisters. U.S. citizens who are here legally and other immigrants who are here on green cards and have their legal status are our brothers and sisters. There's a law, and if it's broken, you're a criminal. You need to be deported.
A man wearing a suit is a preacher. Did Jesus wear a suit?
They welcomed us in. They never asked us to leave.
Yeah.
The police never came in and removed us. So we didn't stop their service.
Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens. Hey, you are a fake Christian. Why are you?
Yeah, these people need to be dealt with. This is who the Democratic Party is representing today. There used to be some sort of a middle to the Democratic Party where there was like moderates, people that were pro-economy, pro-deportations, less fraud. And now the Democratic Party has just turned into the party of criminals, illegals, and the Republican Party is just as guilty. I'm not saying, but at least they're pretending. You know, they're pretending to do their best, which they're still not. They're doing better than the Democrats would have, but they're just pretending to care. The Democrats are just blatantly, Americans, middle finger to you. We don't care about you. If you're stupid enough to keep voting for us, that's your problem, but we don't care anymore because we're replacing you. You are being replaced systematically every single day with every new illegal that comes over the border to where your vote's not going to matter anymore. And that's just the truth of it, you know? And look what they're doing. Look what they're doing to ICE in Minnesota. This is terrorism. These are terrorists. Domestically grown terrorists, professional terrorists, funded by George Soros. Yeah. These are the kind of people that you want living next to you, right? These are the kind of people that you want as your neighbor. And these are the kind of people you want to protect, right? Okay. So that's what we got going on today. We got more videos of these protesters, these illegals that have no criminal record. What is this guy? Child sexual predator. Of course. Another innocent victim of the Democratic Party. This is just, it's getting a little out of control. One thing that I'll bring to your attention is the birthright citizenship. I never realized how serious this was until Benny Johnson here brought it up.
State operation that exists outside of the American justice system. Is this what you found in your book?
Yeah, it's a parallel structure, and it's an intrusion in our sovereignty. I mean, imagine if we had American members of Congress and U.S. senators who lived in Canada, and their job was to represent Americans in Canada. Canada would not tolerate that for a second, and yet we are allowing Mexico to do that. You mentioned China. China is doing similar things. Not only the
Yeah, what about surrogates? Chinese are paying 10, 20, 30 surrogate mothers in America to have their babies. These rich communists. It's out of control.
The infrastructure that you talked about, but they've created an industrial scale model to exploit birthright citizenship in this country.
Yep.
You know, birthright citizenship, Supreme Court is going to hear the case.
Hopefully they remove birthright citizenship. No more leaching off the United States government. No more anchor babies. This is a straight fraudulent business at this
somebody
point.
is in the United States at the time, they give birth, that child is automatically given U.S. citizenship. Our federal government, Benny, has zero idea how many people have been born this way in the country because we don't keep records. If you get a birth certificate that your child is born in the United States, which makes them a citizen, we don't list the national origin or the citizenship of the parents. So our federal government has no idea. The Chinese government has actually looked into this because the Chinese government encourages members of the Chinese elite to do this in the United States. And the numbers that they come up with are absolutely stunning.
For the
and
numbers,
it's another example of this immigration subversion. The Chinese government believes that for every year over the last 13 years, roughly 100,000 Chinese nationals a year have been born in the United States. They are then taken back to China. So think about this. You're looking at more than 1 million.
So more than 1 million Chinese had their kids here in America and now taken back to China and vote from China. 1 million. Like, the deeper this gets, the more you realize how there is fraud, voter fraud on every single corner of our whole system. Like, no wonder they don't want any voter ID, these Democrats. Like, you need an ID to get on a plane. You need an ID to visit the dentist. You need an ID to drive a car. You need an ID to file for any kind of paperwork. You need an ID to live in America. Are you telling me these people don't have IDs? No, of course they do. But they're illegals and they're still voting as citizens of this country. So that's a whole nother angle of a scam that I didn't even know was existing. That's crazy. Birthright citizenship needs to go as well. Like, and here we go. People were saying that Greenland is not trying to join America. It's saying that polls hit 78% wanting to go. This is a few days ago. Let's see the reaction for Trump in Greenland.
If you could say anything to Donald Trump, what would you
Why is the quality like this, folks? You're so strong, Donald.
You want to be part of America? You do. You do.
Yes.
Also, what do you think?
I have a feeling this guy does too.
Do you want Donald Trump to buy Greenland?
Of course they do. The Danes have completely forgot that they even own Greenland until Donald Trump wanted it. They don't spend any money on infrastructure, on education, on entertainment for the people. The suicide rate is like 88 per 100,000, which is the highest in the whole entire universe. I mean, that's a pretty sad record to have, but Greenland owns that record, and all this goes back to awful governing, giving your people the worst possible way of life. Yes, they live on an island of ice, but you can see people in Alaska, they're not killing each other themselves at this high of a rate. People in the Yukon and Canada, there's something going on there. It's been ran into the ground. These people are asking for help. They're desperately asking for the help of America to become Americans.
More protection, more life, more so beautiful land.
God bless you, and you are great.
Your guys' message for President Trump.
And who wouldn't want to be part of America, right? This is the land of the opportunity. Everybody in the whole world knows that. The only people who don't are the communists in Europe. And the reason that they don't like Trump is, as I'll show you right here, they are part of the globalist elite, and look what they've done to their own country. This is what Europe has done to their own people. Their own
They just came out of
country.
the dunes. There's got to be around 100 of them, and now a boat's going to try to come around and pick them up.
In a single generation, Europe has changed forever, more than it has in the last 2,000 years.
Whoa, easy. Whoa.
This is the result of decades of mass migration, and that migration has destroyed social unity. It's reshaped.
And this is what they're doing here in
Europe.
America. This is what they're doing here in America. This is what Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, my beautiful city of Portland, New York, Boston. This is what they look like. This is exactly what they look
it's
like
transformed
already.
once beautiful cities into slums.
Como no me dejen entrar en Estados Unidos por tu culpa, te corto el cuello.
In many cities, natives are now the minority. This was not an accident, didn't happen organically. You're not imagining it.
You know what's sad is that last picture right here? We're going to look at the same one, but it's going to be America.
Imagining it.
But the police do that because they are working with the criminals.
And this is why these Europeans hate Donald Trump, because they're part of a globalist agenda to destroy the country from within. They're almost destroyed Europe. 10 more years, and it's going to be Somaliland, Islam land. Europe, they're going to be like a bunch of armed Islamic states with nukes. It's terrifying where Europe is going to. They've completely, the white people are leaving in droves. Visas to come to America permanently are at an all-time high in the UK. People are, there's whole YouTube channels full of just people from Britain running to America, leaving whatever they can't take, taking whatever they can, and just leaving in droves to America. And we got these liberals over here hating America and bringing the American flag. It's just, what a crazy world we live in.
The governments of Western Europe and the United States and Canada, New Zealand, and Australia did this on purpose to their own people. They opened their border and they paid for the rest of the world, the third world, to move into their countries.
Whatever happens, happens, I suppose.
How exactly did they do that? Our cameras found out. We followed one of the deadliest trade routes on Earth, from Africa to the Canary Islands to Spain, France, ending in the UK.
This is what happens when you let a bunch of foreigners completely overtake your country.
Along the way, we uncovered the entire system of criminal networks, NGOs, and criminal governments coordinating together to destroy the West.
Every boat that arrives there, the mafia gets between 50 to 60,000 euros.
All played a role in this massive human trafficking scheme, moving people across borders to reshape the West.
Los personas aquí tienen trabajos o nada?
No trabajan.
Europeans are being replaced racially, spiritually, culturally in their own homeland, and so are we.
We inform them what to do and not to do, so they don't catch them there and they bring them back to Spain.
The only question is, will Europe awaken before it has disappeared?
No.
Do you think we could get killed?
I don't think so. I don't think Europe, I think they're too far gone. I think Europe is a little too far gone, unfortunately. There's been too much destruction. Unless they start mass deportations, which I don't see them doing. None of them have arms. They don't have weapons. They don't have the Second Amendment. The government just can do whatever they want to them. The people have no way to fight back. No, Europe's cooked. This is why it's so important for us to bear arms, because it's sad what's happening to Europe, and it's already happened to many U.S. cities. This is California for you. This is Los Angeles. I mean, just you could take a look for yourself.
It has become a defining
This
character.
is Gavin Newsom, the future candidate for the Democratic Party for President of the United States. I wonder if he's going to choose Camel Toe, the drunkard, as his running mate. That would be two peas in a pod. One from San Francisco. Hers is just as bad as this, and here you could just put their cities side by side, and you can see the future of America. It looks real bright for us.
Characteristic of the city itself. Walking through the streets of Los Angeles, one cannot escape the sight of makeshift tent cities stretching for blocks. The sidewalks, once bustling.
Open drug markets, criminals, assaults, theft, crime rates through the roof.
Tourists and street.
Do you want to live like that? You want to live in a Gavin Newsom ran city?
Are now lined with people struggling to survive. Skid Row, long known for its high concentration of unhoused individuals, is no longer the sole epicenter of this crisis. The homelessness epidemic has expanded far beyond, reaching into every corner of the city. This has transformed public spaces into...
Yeah. So this is Gavin Newsom's beautiful California. That's what he's done to it, and he wants to do that to America next. So if you want to give him the chance, that's up to you, but I pray that America has a little more common sense than that. I hope people like me are starting to wake up and see who these people are. The beautiful guy, what's his name? Thandar or Shri Thanyadar. Shri Thanyadar. Michigan Democrat known for animal cruelty, who left 118 beagles in a lab to starve and die is leading the Trump impeachment. This is the kind of people that look at this guy. Look at this freaking weasel. He should be deported. Why is he running for any kind of office? You know, like foreigners shouldn't even be allowed to run for office. Like Ilhan Omar, like this clown, they come in here, they get illegals to vote for them. This is why they want all these illegals here, so they can get votes. And then illegals put him in, and they cover up for the illegal fraud. They're all making money. And we're over here as the American people, as the odd man out. So it should piss off everybody who's here legally, who has a job. Like I would rather see my fellow Americans using all these scams, all these welfare scams. I would rather have all my Black Americans, my Mexican Americans, my Chinese Americans, my white any kind of Americans running those scams. They deserve the money more than these Somalis and these immigrants that come from other countries. They've been here generationally, and they are generationally poor. How about you give them some money? Give them some of those hundreds of billions of dollars. Like, where is the common sense anymore? There's veterans hungry in the street, and you got illegals coming into the country by the tens of millions, voting for illegals like this into office where it should not even be allowed. And then they make policies for illegals, and we're just big middle finger, big fat F you to the American people. Well, how?
Be deported back to the country where I was born. I should be deported.
Yeah, you should be deported. You should. Hello, yeah, I'd like to buy a credit card scam. Your social security, please.
Dude, this is a complete joke. The Democratic Party really needs to check themselves and search for an identity, because there is no more identity in the Democratic Party. Their identity is hate Trump, hate Americans, hate legal citizens, hate white people Americans, hate Black Americans, hate Mexican Americans, hate every single kind of American. If you are not an illegal or a criminal or a crazy white lady running around trying to run over police officers, you are not for the Democratic Party. That's what it's come to nowadays. So that's your daily news update. Maybe you'll hop on later with another one if some more stuff happens, but think about all those facts and mark my words.